I started my career in gaming in 2000. I got an MBA in 2008. And I started my career in banking from 2008 till 2017, which I joined Krafton as a CFO of one of the subsidiary. So that's how I got into Krafton. And then, we were very successful in a game called PUBG.
Did PUBG get banned in India? You want to talk about PUBG?
Yeah, I mean, like it was more of a...
It was huge in India, right? Everybody was playing it.
Yeah, it's still big, but now it's BGMI, the new
Is it the
Indian
same
version.
thing with a different name?
No, it's a India-oriented game that made specifically for India, and it's a different publisher altogether. It has nothing to do with PUBG Mobile. That was a Tencent game. It was a Chinese company, the biggest gaming company you can call it. Tencent owns everything, like majority of the stuff.
What is the relationship between Tencent and Krafton?
Tencent is the investor. Tencent is an investor in Krafton before the IPO, and they still maintain some share.
So your BGMI is also you.
Yeah.
So you stopped PUBG to build BGMI, and now that is popular, like that.
PUBG is actually the original PUBG PC is a Krafton game, and then Tencent had the right to build the mobile version of it. And that's globally available PUBG Mobile. When India banned PUBG Mobile, Krafton came with Indian version of their thing. They made their own thing, BGMI,
Right.
which is Battlegrounds Mobile India.
And what are the differences between these games? One is more appealing than the other?
Technically nothing, but then it's more about the origin and everything else that they had to address to, launch the game in India.
But China does that to everybody, right? They don't even allow Facebook and Google in China. No?
Yeah,
Yes,
and
it's
for
always fair.
gaming apps or like even before the mobile era, they allow publishing of games on the approval basis, which is maybe China and Vietnam only in the world.
Do you feel like the world is becoming a more fragmented place, taking inspiration from China, a country which does not allow foreign apps and replicates it with their own versions? Will all IP that touches the citizens of a certain country in the future be built in the country, or at least be owned or hosted in that country?
It's a really interesting question, because I think that was the direction we were going. And we may go back to that again. It was being called splinternet, basically. Like the idea that because China has its own internal policies where you need a license, you also need a local partner. They were banning a lot of apps from the US. There was the current situation now, and there was a time when Trump was president of the US and he was going to ban TikTok. It seemed like we were going to be moving more in that direction. We might again. But I do think that that's a danger. And actually, though, when it came to me starting a company here in India, that was a consideration, because we felt that if the world does move towards a splinternet, and if China and Russia are on one side, I want to be on the other side. And if India is split from China, currently one thing that's not well understood is that almost all of the top mobile shooter games are all developed by Chinese companies, effectively, right? And so
Why is that?
It's because they have developed deep expertise in shooters, and they also, there's been like a phenomenon in which like the Tencent teams and the Chinese teams they're just, the work ethic, the culture, they're just kind of crazy compared to the West, right? Like the West right now, if I'm just being honest, we're going to be honest here, right?
Yeah.
Is kind of in decline, where you don't have the same work ethic, the same kind of drive. And I think when you look at budgets today, in the US, budgets are like, to make a game now is like $100, $300 million for an HD, a PC or a console game. But in China, they're working 996. They've identified specific strategic areas that are important to them, and then they just go all in those areas. And mobile for shooters has been one of those areas. And so when you look at every game that they work on, Call of Duty Mobile is actually developed by Tencent, although they're using the IP of Activision, for example, right? And most of the I would say that the skill, the technical expertise currently exists in China.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Kamath. I'd love to know what you thought of the episode. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.